Welcome back everyone to another episode. So, as we know, there was a competition a few days ago. We have finally received our reward, which was 300 chips, and the competition went on for 10 days. And throughout those 10 days, what we had to do is that we had to destroy as many starbases as possible, and each destroyed starbase would give us 1 point. So as we see, I have destroyed up to 725 starbases. That is a lot, and as we can see, we've gotten way more points than many other players below us. And yeah, it was very difficult to destroy these many starbases, and obviously being a part of really helpful and good alliance made a huge difference, because at my level range, it is extremely difficult to find a target which you are able to destroy or even farm, because in this competition we didn't only have to destroy 1, 2, or like 10 or so starbases, we had to destroy as many starbases as possible to come even close to other players which were competing against us. So basically, the way we won this event was that we have been dropping our points in our alliance, and we have been going against easier alliances with many members, and basically whoever was competing for the top places, such as myself and few other alliance members of mine, we were competing for those top spots in this event, which was spot number 1 and spots number between 2 and 5, because those spots, like spots from number 2 and number 5, would get similar rewards, because as we see, number 1 spot would get 300 chips, and spots from number 2 and 5 would get 150 chips. So basically the competition was mainly for spot number 1 and then spots for number 2 to 5. So I got spot number 1, and yeah, it was again really difficult, and it required me to basically farm whole day and be ready to attack new enemy alliance members whenever we got a new war, because we were really trying hard to win every single war, and we would let each other farm depending on who wanted the points and who wanted to farm. So I was basically farming for 10 days straight throughout this event, and there's not really much else to it. I was just farming every single enemy alliance member, whether it was colony or main base. Sometimes I gained some resources based on what units I used and how efficient I was, but we didn't have the freedom and time to like attack anyone of our choice and have advantageous attacks every single time, because our goal was to destroy as many starbases as possible as fast as we could, and that's basically what we did. And I tried to lose as little as possible, because you invest time and resources and many units and many powers like missile rain, like boulder strikes and such, to like destroy certain starbases, because you cannot always just go in and destroy every single starbase you see, whether it is level 4, 5 or level 9 starbase. In this competition I didn't really have a choice to like choose between which targets I wanted to attack. I basically attacked anyone I could as many times as I could to destroy every single starbase I could see. And also, we didn't really have coordinates of the majority of the enemy alliance members. We went against multiple alliances, multiple different alliances, and we didn't really have coordinates of those players. And myself and few others actually did a really good job at finding the coordinates of the enemy members so that we could actually farm them, because you're gonna be wasting a lot of time on finding the enemy colonies over and over if you do not have a document file or like a notepad or something where you keep the enemy colonies coordinates stored, so that you can go back to it and just type the coordinates in and just go to that location to farm the enemies over and over. And that's basically the level of tryharding that we went on to win this competition. And yeah, the difficult part was actually the time investment and the will to do it over and over throughout this event for 10 days straight without actually letting anyone pass you in score. And being on the top, like when you are competing against other people who are capable of doing the same thing as you or even better, depending on their level and depending on how much resources they have, because some players had more resources and more power than I did, and some other players were lower level than me, and they had easier time finding the enemies because I almost couldn't find anyone outside of Alliance Wars to attack where I wouldn't lose that many resources, because if I wanted to go on forever or for 10 days straight doing the same thing, I couldn't afford to lose that many resources, because in the end of the competition, you don't want to sacrifice hundreds of chips or millions of resources and multiple units and powers to like win this competition, because you want to be as efficient as possible to lose as little as you can and win as much as possible, because if you lose too much and if you barely win anything because of how much you lost, then what is the point of competing? At that point, you would be losing a lot of time where the reward wouldn't be big enough for you to be worthwhile. So yeah, that's basically how I won the competition, and I'm quite happy about it. As we see, we have 700 chips, and yeah, it's actually a coincidence that, it's like 700 exactly. And yeah, aside from the event, we are actually upgrading many of our turrets. As we can see, we are upgrading our cannon blast from level 9 to level 10, and level 10 is the highest level we can upgrade our cannons to at level 8 starbase, and I am planning to upgrade my starbase to level 9 once we get the necessary amount of star batteries, because at this point we don't necessarily need any coins or any other resources. We have those resources and we have chips to buy a full bank whenever we need to. So right now our only concern is star batteries, because we can only get one star battery every 12 hours. So that is our main goal, to focus on getting as many star batteries as possible and try not to miss a single day and just be there whenever the time is refreshed and we are allowed to get another star battery. So other than these two turrets, every other turret is basically upgraded to the highest level possible for this level of starbase, and basically any other building is also pretty much upgraded to the highest level possible. So at this point, the only thing that is left for us to do is to upgrade our starbase and then the rest of the turrets, and once we get our starbase to level 9, then our goal would be to upgrade every single turret to the highest possible level, and after that the only thing that we will have to focus on would be the colonies, because there won't be anything else to do, because our starbase and every building on our main planet would be upgraded to the highest level possible. So other than that, 3 of our colonies right now are level 7 and they are ready for wars, and right now I am planning to upgrade every single colony to level 7, because upgrading one starbase to level 9 from level 8 is basically same as upgrading 2 starbases to level 7 because of the cost of star batteries and the coins cost and the time and the effort and such. So I'm thinking, yeah, I would need 2 more star bases to be level 7, because it is always useful to have many star bases ready for war, but technically speaking, we have really good players in our alliance and we don't always get the chance to use every single one of our colonies, because sometimes if you're going against difficult alliances, they have their colonies hidden, so you don't really get a chance to use all of your colonies and all of your units. And sometimes if they find your colonies, it would make more sense, because if I attack with colony number 1 or colony number 2, obviously they're gonna find out about the coordinates and then attack back whenever I go offline. So it would make sense to make those colonies stronger, like level 8 maybe, to have 4 bunkers, and maybe in the future when we get strikes level 7 medal, yeah, it would make sense to have level 8 colonies, and it would be really useful to have those colonies ready to produce level 7 strikes, because those units are really strong, and many other level 7 units that are really strong, such as Colossus and such. So that is basically the plan, and that's what we're aiming to do. So yeah, basically that's it for this episode. Thanks for the support in the event, and I'm gonna see you guys very soon. Bye bye.